Welcome everybody to Young Money Investments and welcome to the show. All right, we're going to get trading today on Young Money Investments. Hey everybody, welcome to Young Money Investments. I am just in a good mood today. We are going to be doing something that I have not done very much on this channel, and that is talk about stocks to buy. Yes, I want to talk about stocks that I'm going to be swing trading for the roughly final week of July going into the month of August. Now, I want to talk about a couple companies that I see some great value in. I want to talk about some plays that maybe you'll want to hold for a few more weeks, and maybe some plays that are just going to be like a week-long swing. So something kind of short, simple, easy, but let's get into it right now. All right guys, so today I have three stocks that we're going to be talking about that I'm going to be swing trading at the end of July 2019. We are going to be talking about a couple stocks. First off though, I want you to, with this video, hit that like button. If you've not done so already, that helps me out tremendously with the algorithm. I do not ask that very often until like the very end of the video, and I need to be better about asking you guys to do that at the beginning, because if you don't do that, no one else sees this video and no one else gets to learn how to trade stocks that we're trading. So check that little thumbs up button, hit that for me, hit the subscribe button if you've not done so already. If you're new to the channel, this is your first video, hit that little bell icon as well. And if you're not new to the channel, still hit that bell icon, because that will give you notifications every time I'm releasing a new video. That will get you into the stock a little bit earlier as well. And then as everyone else buys, you're making more money. So it's great for everybody. Other thing too, there's a link down in the description that talks about my private mentorship group. If you're interested in that, there is a link so you can check that out a little bit more. I'd love to have you in there. I'm in there daily trading. So when I'm doing my day trades, everything's going on in there. But let's jump to the important stuff. All right, guys, the first stock that we're going to be talking about today is none other than EA. So EA Games is a ticker that we talk about quite a bit here on Young Money Investments in terms of swing trading. Now, this has been the problem recently that a lot of people have been like getting on me for, that they're like, oh my gosh, Cameron, like, look, this is sailing down. It's breaking through support here at $90. Yeah, we're down at 87. Let's rewind the tape and take a look at this chart here. Take a look at this, and I'm going to scroll over a little bit, and I'm going to remind you guys of a time back at the beginning of January when this level of support right here at about $87 was very strong. So as I draw a level of support here, oh my gosh, now if we zoom in, it makes sense, guys. Look at this. I'm gonna even shrink this up a little bit more so you can see the charts. This makes a whole lot more sense now. This level of support down here, $87, makes sense. Yes, it makes sense because we had a previous pullback here where it found support right in here and it was finding resistance between $92 to $87. So this little change of about 5 to 6% was a level of support and resistance. This was a previous channel. So now what am I recommending doing with this little drop here that we've had? What I am recommending from this section right here is that this is a good level to buy. Yes, we're going to be coming up on earnings. Yes, earnings, and that is a scary time. So I want to preface this video right now before I go buy right now, hold through earnings. Hold up, wait a minute, we're not doing that. But I believe that if you can hold this through the level of support right here and even hold it through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I believe that we should be able to see at least a rebound here of about 3 to 4% of a rebound before we get to earnings. So yes, maybe, very possibly, this may not be a large percentage gain in a swing trade. 100% aware of that. And if you get to the point where it's earnings time and you have a decent sized position and you don't feel comfortable, take your loss or take your profits, whatever that might be in that particular situation, and then let the rest ride. If you're willing to ride through earnings and you think that it's going to have a pop based on some of the fundamental analysis of the company, which I do have some videos where I talk about the fundamental analysis of EA. Not going to get into that right now, but if you believe that it's going to hold up, then hold through earnings. Then that's okay to hold through earnings. But currently where it's at, I believe that this is a great buy based on the technicals. The RSI is very low. Your MACD is also an indicator that it is oversold, and we're just oversold in general. Like if you look at the chart, you pull up this 180-day chart, you're gonna see here, this was a consistent pattern, especially if you zoom in right through here. Like that was a level of support and resistance. I mean, right here, this is what we were looking at. This is back in like, oh gosh, like early January. So I believe that this is another good level of support. That's just my take on it. All right, you guys, we are rolling today. Ticker number 2 is going to be none other than overstock.com, or ticker OSTK. Taking a look at the ticker here, this is again, company that I've talked about time and time again. Overstock currently is finding its way down here to what I would call a nice level of support, right here at about $17. It's currently sitting at $17.37, checking the chart right here. And I believe $17 is a fairly nice level of support. Now you might go, Cameron, why do you see $17 as a level of support when previously you're looking at this channel here and you're going, well, it looks like $16.50 has been a pretty good level of support. Reason being is because if we do scroll back here and take a look right here in this section, if we zoom in a little bit more, you'll notice, yes, it was bottoming out right here at about $16.58, but where was the overall candlesticks, the bodies of the candle bottoming out? That's right there at about $17. So if you see that $17, and then we zoom out a little bit more, zoom over, you're going to see that that level is nearly identical with the level of support that we're seeing right now here on overstock.com. So if we do zoom in a little bit more, pull up the chart here on the 20-day chart. In fact, let's even go a little bit closer. Let's do a 10-day, 30-minute chart. You're going to see how consistent this particular pattern has been as of recent. Now, overstock.com, if you've not gotten in on this play previously, it has run up like well over 100% since its lows. With that being said, what we are seeing right here, maybe not completely 100%, we're talking like 80% or so over the course of the past month or so though. So if you're looking here at the past 10 days, this level of support right here at $17 has been very consistent. You're looking at a potential return all the way up to about $19.50. That's a 14.3, yes, I said 14% return, and that is going to be something that I believe can easily happen within this current week. So that is one of my trades that I see a higher potential of return. Yes, there is more volatility, especially in overstock.com, but there are no earnings coming up, so there's nothing I have to worry about earnings plays, anything like that. And the RSI is just very oversold. As you can see, anytime that it has been oversold on this RSI previously, we tend to get a bounce. It's not really paying much attention to the simple moving average. The EMA is also not really acting as support and resistance, so I'm not paying as much attention to our support and resistance using the simple moving average or the exponential moving average. I am really paying attention to previous support and resistance that we've seen on the charts during this 10-day period, but also if you do take a look here at that 180-day chart, you can see where we had some support right in here, and then we saw it continue, and it's kind of doing that same pattern. The other thing that I do like about overstock.com right now is you do see that this is making a very consistent channel pattern. These highs are becoming higher highs. Yes, this one was kind of topping out a little bit. You know, let's zoom in here a little bit more. Sure, this was topping out a little bit more, but what I can see here is a nice upward trend, and this is a good sign. This is a good sign that these lows are staying consistent, but these highs are getting higher, meaning that once it does break out of this 1950 kind of ceiling, this level of resistance, we should continue to see this going up. Now, if you're wanting to play this safe, what I would highly recommend doing with this play is I would cut off half of my investment, half of my swing trade that I'm taking, and leave half on there, or take off 3/4 and leave 1/4 of it on there. That's just basically leave your profit. You know, maybe leave 15%. Just take your profit and leave it on there and see what happens. That way, you're not having any risk. There's zero risk to see what happens. Or you can, like I said, cut half off. You can do what you want, but that is my personal take if you're going to be playing this as a swing trade and playing it above 1950. You definitely can. You could potentially see it go to 20, but I would be very happy if I could get this down here at like 17.18, 17.15, and then be able to take it up just because this pattern has been so consistent. All right, you guys, and last but not least, hit that subscribe button and the thumbs up button. I'm just kidding. Back to the stocks. Last and certainly but not least is going to be ticker symbol TSLA, or Tesla, one of my favorites. This company has worked out so very well for me in long-term swinging this thing from basically I had an average of about $230. So I'm not really seeing like a massive return. I should have, and I averaged in right at around 250. I should have added more down here and I did not in my long-term swing trade. But with this being said, Tesla has seen a nice level of support right here at 259. It is now, if we do zoom in a little bit more, it is now going to start acting as a level of resistance. What I would like to see if I'm going to swing trade, yes, if I'm going to swing trade this for the short term, what I'm gonna do on this is I'm going to wait for a pullback to 250 before riding it up to about 260. Now, let's take a look at the charts and you will understand why I recommend doing that. Your basic level of return on this is going to be about a 3.75, about 4%. About a 4% return if you're able to buy this right at 250 and then sell right here at about 260. Now, it has had pullbacks, definitely. It pulls back to the EMA line and then continues up. We haven't seen it really pull back yet to this 250 mark. And maybe it won't. I mean, maybe it only pulls back to 254 before we see it continue to push up. If you're wanting to play kind of a short-term swing trade, maybe like a 1 or 2 day swing trade, wait for it to pull back to the EMA and then ride that up. If it breaks through this EMA line, you're gonna know that it's time to cut your losses and get out. The other way or other thing you could do in order to play this is you could take a like half your position right here at 254 or take like a third. I would recommend taking a third of your size. And then if it does break and it comes down here to this 250 mark, then add 2/3 of your position to then be able to ride that up. That is one of the strategies, one of the overall ways that you could do this to kind of play it a little bit safer. Don't have to do it. Obviously, I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm simply entertaining you and simply giving you options that you could potentially do in the things that I will most likely do when swing trading Tesla. One more thing I'd love to add into this though is if you do take a look at the charts, that is, not going to be a massive return. We're definitely talking about a 4 to 5% return. My goal with that is to not try and get a massive return, but get enough of a return because I think sometimes we swing for the fences too much. But that is it, you guys. That is going to be the 3 stocks that I'm going to be swing trading for the end of July. I think these offer some really good opportunities. Yes, Tesla needs to pull back. Overstock.com is really kind of that bigger return that I see. But I also see some other value going on right there with EA. That is a company that I'm long-term invested in and like to swing trade because of that channel pattern strategy. Tesla, always been in that. Focusing on stocks that you know very well are going to be key. Yes, major key in order to consistently profit in swing trade. If you're trading companies that you don't normally know, it's very hard, and it is very hard, honestly, to stay profitable swing trading. But that is another one of my little ding keys, tips, strategies to help you out. So I hope you like this video. Check out some of my links in the description if you're interested in anything else that I do. I would love to hear some comments. What are you swing trading this week? What are you bearish on? What are you bullish on? Leave those comments. I want more comments, guys. I want more comments, please. But I will catch you guys, yes, you guys, in the next video. Talk to you later.